Okay, today we have a touch bar connector here. This is the connector for the touch bar itself. I already started on it, but this actually burned, went on fire, and burned part of the board under it. So I am going to have to run some wires to make this work again. Show you the crater right here. Okay, so this connector exploded and cratered. It put a little hole in the board, but I was able to clear the short out. I'm going to show you guys right now. So I ended up starting this last night, but I got frustrated and left because I didn't want to do it last night. Not that it was bad, I just didn't want to do it last night. But there's a little crater right here. So what I did, I dug the short out of the board. This was for the 5-volt line going to the touch bar. I dug that out and then conformal coated it. There's two vias right here. These are both going to this pad right here, which is for the 5-volt line. So we may have to figure out where this goes to. I think it'll work though, because this has connection to this right here. So I'm going to have to run a wire right over here and then another one right here for the pad, since the pads are gone. Now, due to how this connector is, it's going to be really hard for me to get to this connector without burning it. So what I'm going to do, I tin the pads, and when we're ready, I'm going to put the connector on top and use hot air to put it on from the bottom. Now, normally you don't want to do this because it can damage internal structures of the board if you go too hot, but there's really nothing under this side of the board, so we should be perfectly fine to use bottom heat. And it's probably going to be the only option because I don't want to risk melting that connector. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Here's our connector right here. We don't want to lose this because these are kind of hard to find. So what I'm going to do, one issue we may have is the connector not wanting to sit flat because of the size of the wire we're going to run. So I'm going to try and avoid that. So I'm going to use 37 gauge, which may be a tad too big. We'll see. For this one line right here, I kind of need a larger gauge wire because it handles a lot of current, and if I use a little tiny wire, it's probably not going to work, or it's going to burn the wire up. So I'm going to go with 37 gauge, and I'm going to start doing that right now. So here's our wire. You can see it was kind of already formed from last night a little bit. I hate running wires like this, honestly. It's kind of a pain, but we'll get it done. Put a little flux down. And as usual, I have to multitask and do customer service as well as fix the board. So that'll be what I'm doing. If I stop talking for a second or whatever, I'm probably doing something else. Okay, so kind of try and position this wire to where I want it. It's tacked down a little bit. We turn on the fume extractor. Dremel it down some. I don't really want to do that, because that's one, unnecessary for this, and that's probably going to cause some more issues that I don't want. So this is good like that. But you see how the solder is sticking way up? I don't want that, so I'm going to try and get rid of some of that on there without losing my wire. I'm going to hold the wire in place. Just like that. I'm going to clean some of this up. And then what I'm really not looking forward to after I do this, I have to change the whole top case on this A1706. And I really do not want to change the whole top case on an A1706 because usually when you get someone that doesn't know how to disassemble and put stuff back together as it is, stuff ends up broken. But no, it'll go fine. That'll probably be in this stream too, but I can't see many people wanting to watch me putting together a A1706. I don't actually think I've done a top case in an A1706 yet. So we're going to put green stuff. Just like that. And then we have a nice little bit of conformal coating. How do you get donor boards? I order them. You can get donor boards from eBay or AliExpress. You just have to look. Almost hardened here. That seems good enough. So this is going to keep the wire in place for now. Use a little bit of air to harden it. The heat will really harden it. And do this, which is not good. I think that's still connected though. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Now this line right here is our 3-volt line to the touch bar. You could see this trace goes over here. What I'm gonna do is scrape just a little bit right here. Just enough for a joint. Got a question. I spilled water on my MacBook Pro a while ago, and Apple said it had absolutely no chance of survival. Apple is a moron and don't trust anything they say. Since the logic board and major components are completely fried, wrong. Everything, I let it sit for a week or so, and it turned back on. Everything's working fine. Do you know what happened? Yeah, it was still wet, but now it's probably corroded, and it's going to fail again in a few months because there's still corrosion someplace. Yeah, it didn't turn on because it was still wet. That's exactly what happened. Do not trust a single word that an Apple genius tells you because it's always BS. Yeah. Yeah. Epic, why'd you go to the Apple store? How long ago was this, by the way? I think you said that. But yeah, how long ago did you go to the Apple store? Hopefully not since you've been watching my channel. There would have to be a punishment for that. If it was recent, you'll have to come here and deal with all the people that complain for 1 week. Yeah, even if Apple is the closest option to you, they're still not going to help you. You'd be way better off sending it to someplace like, Lewis, me, Device Pro Solutions, someplace like that. Tim has probably only had 2 people ever complain. I wish. People complain about stuff all the time. There's people that complain about turnaround times because they send it in. Usually the people that complain about turnaround times are ones that have screwed with it prior. Yeah, Chris Long, anyone like that, like Chris Long, anybody like that, you would have way better experience sending it to them than going someplace local. Like if the Apple Store is local, then yeah, don't go there. Don't. They're not gonna help you. It's simple as that. I need a smaller tip for this. Customers in the U.S. are really hard to deal with. Every single person from U.S. was really annoying. So many questions, some of them crazy, and willingness not to pay is crazy. Yeah, I agree. Um, Greg, no, I ditched PayPal a long time ago. I have Square. Yeah, screw PayPal. Here's the thing. I use PayPal for my support forum, and I'm sooner gonna shut down. It's very soon. I am sooner going to shut down that forum than stick with PayPal. I hate PayPal. I need to find a different way, a different paid forum platform that will allow someone to pay with credit card and not PayPal, because PayPal is cancer. And I've dealt with PayPal before. I've had PayPal start to hold funds for no reason. So yeah, I do not like PayPal at all. And here's the thing too about PayPal. PayPal could care less about my 1 year warranty. If something fails and they call PayPal and they want their money back, PayPal will just give it to them. PayPal could care less that I have a 1 year warranty. So yeah, I don't like PayPal. It's like as of right now, it's like I have to practically fight as it is to get stores to pay me because they don't want to pay me. But now the stuff isn't gonna leave. I'm not doing that anymore. You know, and this is something I'm gonna do a more dedicated video on. Is I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. You know, you go into the grocery store, you don't just leave with a basket of food and say, no, you know what, I'll pay you in a little bit. No, it doesn't work that way. If you do not pay, you do not get your stuff back. I just don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind that. And I think that was one of my biggest issues here between the time I opened this store in August and now is just people not wanting to pay me the stuff, you know? But that's a lot better now since one, I'm charging late fees now to stores that don't pay, and not sending their stuff back until they pay. Because honestly, sending your stuff back before you pay is kind of like removing the reason why you need to pay, you know? Well, there's less desire to pay if I already send it back. Yep, me too, Cormac. I used to, but no more. Thank you, NED. I appreciate the $5. Stand up for your skills and talent. What do you mean by stand up for your skills and talent? I'm not sure what you mean exactly. But thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Okay, now this is going to be the hard part here because we have to use bottom heat. So we're going to align this the best we can because there's no going back once that connector drops. But see, that's aligned really good. Go forward just a little bit. I honestly like working on these new machines, and here's why. There isn't, not a lot of people screw with them before they send them now. When compared to like MacBook Airs and stuff, then a lot of people mess with those. So on the newer ones, like these USB-C ones, not a lot of shops do them. They just send them off, and that is really helpful because that makes my life a whole lot easier. Move that wire over. If you have skills to repair and have people, and you have people pay for your exactly. I need to do more videos on that kind of stuff, the business related stuff, because it's a lot of it's worth a good video. Okay, I'm gonna switch to overhead because we're losing the microscope here. Okay. So I'm gonna move the board over like this, and I am gonna use bottom heat. And I'm gonna inhale flux for a minute, but that's okay. Let me position this a little bit over. Whatever, it won't go over all the way. I'll just do it, you guys can see the result. My repair business is now officially open. Sonia, what's your website and stuff? Post it in chat for people to see and send stuff to you. Tim is like Lewis, but with more hair and less flux. Probably the more hair part won't stay for long if I keep up the stress. No, I think it'll just turn gray. Now I'm going to use my iron. I just wanted to get that first, get most of the pins soldered, and now I can use the small little J-tip. Why fingerprint sensor not working on phone? So on one of my phones, the fingerprint sensor stopped working, the business phone a long time ago, and now the personal one is starting to do the same thing. Fingerprint sensors don't like me, I don't think. Okay. Greg, on the business phone, I think what happened to the personal one, it was in my pocket and it kept tripping the sensor. But on the other one, the sensor outright failed and said not detected. Now it doesn't even see the sensor. First, it was saying fingerprint hardware not detected, and then it just stopped seeing the sensor altogether. We'll need a little bit more solder. I'm working on the local page for my website for the local business. Um, See, the local shops kind of hate me, from what I've understood. Um, at least that's what I kind of think. At least some of them, not all of them, some of them. So I need to build my local SEO for sure. But the thing about local around here is like most of it is someone wants a stolen MacBook unlocked. You know, it's like give me a break. Well, my 2007 MacBook is I don't know the password to it. Well, for one, you have a 2007 MacBook. We don't work on 2007 MacBooks. 2010 and secondly, don't even pull that I forgot my password nonsense. You know darn right where you got that from. Sometimes, a lot of times, people that steal stuff come up with such silly stories. It can be entertaining sometimes. But yeah, if you want me to do an EFI unlock, you can just go somewhere else. Heck, I've forgotten my password once or twice. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, but you know kind of how the person's talking about how they got it. You know, there's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference and there's a type. When they come up with some nonsense story, oh, you know, my daughter just got this from her friend and the friend didn't tell her the password and you know all that's nonsense. You know all that's nonsense. I had one that bought that forgot or had an EFI password. They said, "Well, Apple." I went to Apple and they said they don't do it, but they gave me the chip to change on the board, but I just don't have time to change the chip. It's like, yeah, really, really, Apple gave you a chip? I don't think so. And the thing is, that guy called like a bunch of the other stores, but no one. See, even this is Amtech ASM, it turns into this hardened gum. Um, and he kept calling back like every every week, saying the same nonsense story to think he was a different person or forget or something, and it's the same thing. No, is audio choppy? What do you mean choppy? Okay, all I hear is noise filter. Okay, so look, air filter's off. Here, let me shut off my Bluetooth just in case that's the issue. The button part of this thing off. Okay, is that better? Because on my end it seems like it's fine. I had the Bluetooth headset on, so that's probably why. The cable isn't broken. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this back and let's see. It sounds fine. Exactly, Cormac. It's not it's not like singing or something, you know. It's okay now. This was 4 or so minutes ago. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe it is YouTube. Okay, this J-tip does not carry enough heat for a lot of these. Okay, it's picking up the air vent. Let me see. Let me see. Is it when I talk? All right. Well, I'm not shutting off my fume extractor. I'm sorry. If no, the fume. Let me. Okay. Let me see what I have here for filters on this. There's no noise threshold set that I know of. Okay, I got rid of the noise suppression filter. Um, so hopefully it'll be the same. If I move, I don't see any difference, so I don't think it's a cable. I removed the noise suppression filter. My levels are perfect. Um, is it still doing it? Okay, I am going to change the batteries, and if that doesn't work, then thing is this was working just fine. These are new batteries too. Batteries are fine. Has this little thing on there. So if I move over here, does it go away? So does it go away now? No, it's worked. Okay, you know what? See on the is it this darn MacBook that's on right here? Let me shut this stupid thing off. It's not the interference on the fume extractor. The fume extractor has been fine for a while. The audio sounds fine to me. I have no idea what you guys are talking about here. I'm playing it back on my end. Oh wait, never mind. I hear it. Okay. Um, let me change the battery. And I'll see what it does. Okay, how about now? Okay, I just changed the battery. Hopefully it's better. I'll, or it's too boosted and cuts over peak. I don't think so. Let me play it back. Seems better? Okay. Yeah, probably just battery went down. Let's see. It's good now? Okay, is it still good? Because I can't really hear with the... It's good now? Okay, is it still good? Alright. So it's just the battery then? It's weird because the RF has a meter on the transmitter for RF and it was fine, so I thought it was okay. Okay, I'm gonna get this with bottom heat one last time. And that all looks nice and soldered to me. I see every pin is making contact. It looks good. Let me see. You can put that high filter back on. Is it... Why? What's wrong with having it like this? I don't even remember. I don't even remember what I changed. So I'll see how it is. But I don't even think that noise suppression thing even did anything. Okay, this one isn't soldered. This is soldered, but this is not. And you know what people have had a habit of doing is they watch some video from like 2 years ago, and then they send me an email and says your audio sucks or your audio is horrible. You need to fix this, and they don't take in consideration the video they watched was from 2016. Where is... Oh, here's my phone. I was looking for my phone and I couldn't find it. And another thing on my website, I specifically added, if you have a board repair question, please go to the support form right above the contact form. You would think people would see that and pay attention, but nope, they just go right to the email. Okay, I am muting on purpose right now, so please do not start saying stuff in chat. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully. Okay, so this is fine now. This is good to go. I think there is some other little bit of corrosion, but this is all stuff that will go away in ultrasonic. How bad does this thing look? That's not bad. Does it have pins on this side? That looks like a sensor, and this is probably fine if I just give it a little reflow. We'll see if it pulls a sensor error. I know it did not like having that touch bar unplugged, so I'm just going to put some flux on this. And if this is overly slow or something like that, then I'll come back. But I think this is fine with the reflow. No, with these, after the ultrasonic, I always take these off. See? You don't need these anyway. You make them white by just ripping them off the board. So, I'm not looking forward to this changing this top case, but I'm gonna do it on stream so you guys can see me make an idiot of myself. But that's pretty typical of almost every stream, so. Because this thing has been here for a long time. So, cleaning the work area. I wonder if you could order aftermarket indicators. Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, I don't see the point of it though. Really, USPS? You lost my big order of donor boards. Really? Or lost. Stolen, maybe. Or customs, who knows. Not replying to that. This one needs to pay. Is this it? Yep. Oh, this looks like a complete pain. This looks like a pain to change this top case. This looks like a nightmare. I'm not looking forward to this. No matter how much corrosion, only the indicators are important. Yeah, but Here's the thing, if you want to go to the Genius Bar after I work on it, then by all means go to the Genius Bar, because okay, this is confusing. Let's see, I think this is a P5. I think. Is this a P5? Nope. Should probably look at a... Now wait a second. If I... What about the Touch ID thing? If I change the whole touch bar, does it... I'm confused. I don't even think that matters. Either way, this touch bar is junk. I'll show you guys in a second. So it's not going to get any more broken. Ah, the button comes right out, so we're okay. I didn't know that. I have not. Okay, this thing is headphone jack. I could care less about the headphone jack. So check out this cable right here. So yeah, this is... Pretty nice, huh? Burned. Rest in peace. Brendan is here. Okay, so hinge screws. Let me get these guys out. Oh, today's Friday. I completely forgot. Not that that means anything as a store owner, but... Okay, now this looks like a... These both right here are T5s. Caroline is here. So this has to come off. What size is that? I think T3. Is it a T3? Yes, it's a T3. Apple has to make everything such a pain. I mean, not one... Wait. Am I the stupid one here? No. These cables do need to come out. I'm sure there's people that change screens on these things that are just laughing right now. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, now this cable. So this one has a screw in it. This one has screws and cables. Okay, now. This is holding it in, so all these little pentalobe have to come out. What a stupid, stupid design. All the change of screen. It's called overcomplicated. That's all it is. It serves no purpose but to be overcomplicated. I appreciate that, Sonia. Okay, now there's these that I missed. And this is, I think, a T4. What the heck are these spring-loaded things? That's pretty weird. But it's still... Okay, what holds this in? I'm confused. I need to probably look this up. Oh, there's seriously not any information on this. This is sad. That I have to look at a video to figure this stuff out. Disassembly and stuff just gets me. Ah, this lifts out like this. Now I see. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I figured it out. I watched one of Soren's videos where he did the makeshift hot air thing. Was enough for once. I've seen some of his, but haven't really watched much of them. I honestly don't really watch too much of videos anymore. I just don't have the time. I barely have time for, you know, anything besides fixing stuff. Next challenge is I figure out how I can open a box. 'Cause that's what I'm doing right now. Wait a second, is this the part? Or is this someone's laptop? I thought it was a part. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. I was gonna say, I hope that wasn't someone's laptop because it sat here for a week. Okay, so top case. Hi, how can I help you? Scam. Okay, what do I have to do with this thing again? That's a cool ringtone, Cormac. I like that ringtone. Okay, screen. Let me see if I can figure this out. So the antenna bar goes first, I think. No, this goes... And why did they have to make the screen replacement such a pain on this model? Just dumb. I broke a Lenovo screen like this once putting it in, and the pressure from placing the hinge in shattered the screen. I was mad about that. And the thing is, it was a no-fix laptop, but I still paid for a new screen, and then the guy let it sit for like 4 months, and then all of a sudden he said, I moved and I need it back. Well, for one, it didn't work, and you left it here. It's legally mine. And he just kept calling and calling and calling. It's like, oh, that's not going to be priority. If you leave it here for 4 months when you know it was no fix, that's not priority by any means. Okay, this looks right. Wait. Wait a sec, I'm confused. Which screws go to... It's these ones, I think. No. Anthony Jabari is here to laugh at me changing a screen on an A1706. Now, where did I put the screws for those spring-loaded things? They're not the short ones, but they're not... Let's see, wait. Oh, it is these. It is these. Why don't you line up, screw? Why don't you go in, screw? Go in. I have a feeling that... Okay, there we go. Did you resolder MacBook? I did resolder MacBook. MacBook was successfully resoldered by a third-party repair technician. I think if the MacBook could talk, it would say it's a happy MacBook. Yes, Greg, I agree. This is very dangerous work. It's so dangerous that everybody should just send all their stuff to TCRS and not worry about doing it themselves because it's just too dangerous. I take the risk every day to fix this stuff, knowing that I may be seriously injured by this computer in front of me. So everybody should just send everything to me, so I could take that risk and not you. Where's the antenna bar? Here it is. Oh, that's a big bird outside. Okay. That's one side. Okay, the antenna bar is in. Let me tighten down these hinges real quick. Not to mention the glasses and gloves. OSHA's gonna be pissed. Probably. We don't believe in safety glasses or gloves here. Gloves are so annoying. Gloves are a complete pain. Cormac, me too. I hate wearing gloves. Hmm. Where's T5? Oh, here's T5. Tim needs P1 for antenna. No. Tim uses P2 for antenna because using a P1 is only something that people that have shops in Venice Beach do. See? P2 works just fine. Now I can move it up here since the screen is in, so you guys can see better. Okay, I kind of see what they're doing here with how their antenna design is. With all these screws, they're clamping it down to the aluminum base of the laptop. Now, I'm not an RF engineer. I know a little bit about RF with radar. But it looks like what they're doing is using the aluminum cased laptop as the antenna itself, as well as the antenna right here. So that's why they have all the screws right here. They're using this part of the case around it as part of the antenna. That's my guess anyway. So that kind of makes sense, but it's overcomplicated. It shouldn't have to be like that. Hello to RGSM. It is, yeah, it is a lot to do with the shape of the antenna. I'm gonna have some streams on radar soon because I'm honestly pretty much caught up here. I'm not a week, 2 weeks behind like I have been since November. So that's a good thing because now I could focus on some of my other projects. And I finally got caught up enough where stuff is just getting in and out within 3 days, so that's pretty good. Unless the post office loses a part or something like that. Did you throw away the box? Your drug dealer box? I still have it. You know, I'm on some kind of list now with FedEx. Because that was on my account too. So yeah, I'm on some list, I'm sure. Yeah, so look at this. Let's see, do I still have that box? So, Anthony sent me the connector we soldered on for this, right? Sends it in this box that's all taped up. It says 100% not drugs. Now, inside of the box, there's this little box, right? That had like an inch of tape over the whole thing in this box, taped in here. So yeah, I'm definitely on a list. I'm sure I'm on a list. Thing is, FedEx left that at the neighbors too, so I'm sure the neighbors are judging me now. Because FedEx always comes like 2 hours before I open, and they don't come back. So yeah, Anthony got me on a list. If that was U.S. Postal Service, they probably would have inspected it. Yeah, Jerns, you're probably right on that they're using the case as a ground plane, because they are patch antennas. But the way I don't know because it's directly. Let's see. I'm curious now. Is this? But see, the antenna is directly connected to ground, which is weird. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But it appears that the antenna element is directly connected to ground. You're done. You're done. Done. Wow, I'm almost caught up. I am almost caught up until next week. Weekends, Saturdays are almost always pretty slow because I fix everything in the week. And then Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays are always swamped. And it tends to slow down at the end of the week. So I'm quite happy. I don't know if I really want, 100, 200 tickets at one time right now because what's going to happen is people are just going to complain. Alright, I'm confused. What did I have to do now? Fans. Where's the old top case? But see, this kind of works out because I get a new trackpad, I get parts from this enclosure, so the only thing that's not good in this enclosure is the touch bar. Alright, so fans. Hopefully that touch bar works. It's getting time for me to take my lunch break.
Do you mind signing for next door?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. Do you ever complain about these tow trucks parked right
Yeah,
there?
all the well,
I
they
just
yeah,
told them, I said, you're making it really hard for me to back out.
they block me in all the time.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I couldn't get out of that spot where you're at.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't get out.
Yeah, they
Easy back in.
from what I understand, those aren't even. Okay, I am back. Now, there's a tow truck company in this complex, and they have a habit of blocking everybody in, and it's really super annoying. Alright, have a good weekend, Sonia. I'm starting to feel a little tipsy, says Cormac. I think you're right. I think you're right. If you're feeling tipsy, then I think you have a problem. I think to combat the tow trucks I'm parking there, which are long and wide, and they block FedEx from coming in here, what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna park my truck where they park so they can't park there. Fight fire with fire. Because here's the thing. I can park there and people can still get by. When they park there, nobody can get by. And it's annoying if they're gonna block FedEx and so yeah, I don't think I'd have a problem parking there. Was this MacBook closed at random? Lewis said they must be at random. No, this was not at random because this was put off for random for a week, and they will tow you. No, they won't. They won't tow me. Cause I could park there legally, and if they do tow me, then they have a big problem on their hands. They don't own the place. I've had customers complain. Had FedEx complain. So my lease is up here in August, and of course I could renew. I planned on renewing. You know, um, and that's still the plan now. But I'm kind of, I don't know. Almost thinking. See, Palmdale isn't really a nice area for repair, for MacBook repair. It's really not. And with mail-in, this place does fine. I mean, my rent is cheap here. But I don't know if this year or next year, but I kind of want to get out of California soon, so I don't know. I honestly don't know. If I could find a store in like Washington area, Portland area, Oregon, or near there, that place would do excellent. And the rent's not even that much. I was looking. I mean, it's like around, of course, obviously not in Portland, but like 1,200 a month for full retail store, which is not bad. You're welcome to Finland. Maybe someday. But yeah, I kind of want to get out of this area. I mean, my store's in a really nice spot. That's not a concern. It's just the area in general. California in general. But I have an option. Do I stay here on $500 rent and just build mail-in? Or what do I do, you know? Do you ever offer to buy MacBooks from customer if they're not repairable? No, because if I do that, I'm basically a criminal in California. In order to do that, I need a pawnbroker's license. So no, I cannot buy and sell any MacBooks, even if someone leaves them, because I would have to have a pawnbroker's license to do it legally. And if I get caught selling one without a pawnbroker's license, that is big trouble. Okay, so let's test real quick. Where's motherboard? Here's motherboard. Let me blast that connector out with contact cleaner real quick. You want to leave Communist California, but why exactly? Why would I want to leave? Dude, if someone's asked me why do I want to leave, I'll just stare at them with a blank stare. Like, really? Why? Charles, it's kind of the same thing. Even selling on eBay, if you get caught, it's still big trouble if you get caught. And I'd rather not get caught. Because then, if I get caught, I'm a criminal for selling a MacBook that someone left and didn't pay me for. It's just so screwed up. And they're getting there with electronics repair too. They keep raising the license you need for electronics repair up. And eventually it's just going to be, sky high. To have a business, okay, what I think, business license, that's a reasonable price, and that's it. That's all you should have to have. It's one thing if you took a test for this electronics repair license, but you don't take a test. There is no test for that license. It is literally just pay the state $200 and they give you a piece of paper. If there was a test that you take or something, that would be 100% different. There's no test. There is zero test for it. There's nothing. It's just pay us $200. That's it. It's just a money grab. It has no other purpose. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of tape over this connector. They discourage it. The state of California, the way they do their license checks, whatever, they don't look at their records and see if you have a bear license or anything like that. That's what they call it. They'll just walk in and treat you like a criminal, It's ridiculous. It's like you don't have records that I paid you, you don't. You could literally go on the bear website and type TCRS circuit and see all the information. But yeah, they still come in and they'll still give you a hard time from time to time. Just, yeah, sick of it. And the thing is, with the California bear license, you don't even really have to get it unless they come in. But the city will not let you get a business license without a bear license. Which is stupid, but... If I call California Bureau of Electronics and Appliance Repair, the license issuer, and say, hey, this shop is this shop is ripping people off, they're scammers, this and that, you think they'll care? No. But if I call them and say, hey, so and so does not have a bear license, they'll have investigators there the next day. Bear license is California Bureau of Electronics and Appliance Repair license. It's a $200 license that you pay the state for absolutely nothing. It serves no purpose other than a money grab. I may have a couple extra screws, I don't remember where they go, but that's okay. Because we've made it better, less parts, simpler, better. I don't remember if those are there from another machine or this one. And that's it. Motherboard. Is this USB-C port good? I think this had liquid at one point. Cormac, what are you talking about? We don't need a motherboard. This'll work without it. I cannot use that. I need to order a USB-C port for this. Unless I have one. Let me see. Do I have a USB-C port? I don't think so. I think I have to order one. Where is T5 again? Here it is. The T5 always is running away. Hopefully this thing works. Where's that other screw? I thought I had that other screw in my hand. Here it is. Come on. Come on. I wish someone would make tools that don't simultaneously disappear and reappear in random places, right? Same thing happens here. It's trying to run for me. It doesn't want to work on MacBooks. I have this habit of losing stuff that is sitting right in front of my face. Happens all the time. Paul, what happened? Why were you in the hospital for a week? Hope you're doing okay now, though. I'm sorry to hear, Paul. I hope you're feeling better now. Okay, I'm kind of going to plug in bare minimum on this thing. Well, not bare minimum, but most everything. Okay. Plug in USB-C. That's going to pop out. I need the screw in that. Okay, will touch bar work? I might have to boot into an OS. I just want to see if it comes up on theirs first. And I'll see if it's going to boot incredibly slow like it was before. Okay, we have power. We have backlight, I think. Show me Apple logo. Show me Apple logo. Apple logo. Please. CPU is warm. Come on, give me image. I know. Post. Please. Please don't even tell me your CPU decided to die right now. There we go. Apple logo. It's gonna boot slow. Hopefully the trackpad and stuff isn't super slow like it was before. Because, yeah, I think it is. Something else is screwed up. Yeah, look at this. It is so slow. So something else is up. What else can cause that? Could the battery cause it? Could the battery cause it if the battery's not plugged in? I think so. Um, it could be that sensor that we reflowed earlier too. Come on, this little thing. Go inside. Go in. Ah, hate this. I hate when little connectors don't plug in. Arnold, we're gonna ultrasonic this, so don't worry. Yeah, E1706 will boot without battery. It should anyway. But why it's so slow is another question. It may be because the battery, it may be because there's a sensor messed up. Resync the RAM, that's not a good idea. I don't know what resync means either. It's still slow. What the heck? Wait, no, now it's okay. Now it seems okay. No, it's not. It's still lousy. So there's a sensor issue, but the fans aren't fast, so that tells me that it's probably a current sensor issue or a voltage sensor issue. But what we're gonna do is boot into our test OS, which is where? Because I suspect there's a sensor that's screwed up somewhere. And we know it's not a trackpad sensor because we changed the trackpad. And it was like that before, so that rules that out. Where is my dongle? And I have to leave here very soon to go to FedEx and get something to eat. Stuff always happens when you're getting ready to leave. Low voltage of CPU, no, that won't do it. It won't even, if you had low voltage of CPU, it would not even post. No, the CPU is really picky on what voltage it accepts. Where is that USB-C thing? Here it is. Yeah, low voltage of the CPU is usually not going to do that. Now the fans are spinning. What happened? Did the camera shake? Might have been an earthquake. I didn't feel anything. Yeah, that is shaking. I see it. And I'm not even moving the bench. I have no points of contact on the bench. That would be the wall, not the bench. Because that's mounted on the wall, so the building is shaking. I know it's not the CPU throttling because it's warm. I'm trying to get into a external USB drive. Cormac, I doubt that. The camera's brand new. So I just have to hold Option until it decides to start. Hurry up. Start. Go into boot menu. What the heck? I don't think it should take that long. Okay, we'll do a PRM reset. They get funny like this sometimes. It happens. It could be my well. Here's the thing about my SSD. It only works like half the time. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Alright, let's try and boot into diagnostics instead. Everything is plugged in that needs to be. I'm gonna try and go into the built-in diagnostics. If it will let me. You know what, actually screw this. I'm going to lunch. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll probably be back on this later because I need to get it done, so I'll probably jump on stream later once I figure this out. Well, actually, I'll stream it, and then figure it out that I'm hungry and I need to go get lunch because my brain does not want to work right now. So, I will see you guys.